Welcome back. Well, here she is again, our food culinary expert, Dr. Amy Blanchett, but she's with the Drew Lewis Foundation. First of all, thank you so much for coming back. I love learning all about the foundation, everything that it does. In fact, when I got some talking points for today, I didn't even know about RISE.
Yes.
What is RISE?
So RISE is a program that we spent really 5 years generating, Drury University, Missouri State, and the Drew Lewis Foundation. We looked at other programs across the country, and it's reaching independence through support and education. And it works with low to moderate income families. We help either through connecting with education or employment, financial planning, and actually bank relationships. And we help move them some out of poverty, but for a lot of them, it's just being able to budget and bank where they are, learning those life skills in order to build stability and thrive in our community.
I'm curious to know why, because I can't ever remember. I know in high school I took like a government economics class. I think a budgeting class would have benefited me in my early 20s so much, because you have a job and you don't know what to do with what's coming in.
Early 20s is brilliant because, if my kids and a lot of students now go through a personal finance class, and it's online, and so we're learning, they're not learning much. I was at Missouri State guest speaking at a class, and I asked 25 students how many of them felt confident to go and make a purchase like a car, or that they had what they felt was a good budget, and 0 hands were raised. It's like, we failed you. Like our families, our school. Budgeting is just one thing that talking about finances in the home is a difficult topic, and often it's none of your business. And we need to make it our children's business. We need to have those conversations, as tough as they are, in the home.
True.
Well, me growing up, our conversation was, what money? We have no money.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's nothing to budget, because especially in people in poverty, and I grew up very low middle class in Dallas, and all the money that my parents had went to us kids, just to have a life and to get clothes and to get food. And then you're like, I wish they'd even had the budgeting skills as well. And that poverty is such a huge issue around the Ozarks too.
It is, right. So we have higher numbers than across a lot of our state and a lot of our country. And it just comes from a lot of different things. That it's kind of systemic, where we can educate about finances. We can even add a degree, but if we don't then have the job with the income to move you out of poverty, we unfortunately then move you to a different city or state that has better opportunity for that education you just gained. So we call that brain drain. So it's that balance of, we've got to make sure that we're bringing in quality employers. We've got to stop that conversation about this being a cheap place to live, because yes, my daughter just bought a house in Mission, Kansas. It was more expensive than here in Kansas City, but she's also paid twice as much at the hospital there than what she could earn here. And so she chose to leave because there was better quality of life for her. And so, it's that type of thing where it's not just one answer is going to solve poverty. And so that's what our program is. It's really holistic. We also look at healthcare access, we look at transportation, and then we really collaborate with all the other nonprofits in order to do those wraparound services as individuals are trying to return to additional education, a better job, while also learning how to manage money and parent better. And so, it's a really inclusive program. It's an honor to be able to do it and work with families in Springfield.
Wow.
And Colorado, and through most of southern Missouri.
That's amazing. And how long is the course?
So the first core of it is about 4 months, where they're learning really the things that now we have to dig in. They create goals of, where do I want to be in 4 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years? What does vacation look like? That's one thing that we think about when individuals talk about, the people in poverty are just wasting money. It's so frustrating to hear that. They are in crisis and they're doing the best they can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when we ask, what's the one thing you want? It's, I want a vacation. And that might even just mean a weekend in Branson. Just get away and not be worried about where's the money coming from. And so, we're really talking about people who are like family-centric, who just want the best for their kids. And to hear someone say that they've never been on a true vacation at, 30 is just really, it's really heartbreaking.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. And I love what you said, because it's not, because I have been there with my family. My mom and dad weren't wasting money. Weren't throwing it away. It just was being used for what they felt was necessary for the kids. So that's the whole thing. I wish too, like what you said, I wish there was a class on how to buy a car. Because that is a very daunting task. I didn't buy one till later in my life, and I was scared to death. I mean, all those things.
We say there's a really great meme of buying a car, the math that they used, where literally the calculator keys are just moving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
it's like you get 3 different forms. Well, we're gonna, and I'm like, can you just?
Yeah.
But sales. It's sales.
Right.
They're trying to earn a living as well. It's a rough market right now.
Right.
So the Drew Lewis Foundation, anything else we need to know? Where can people get more information?
So drewlewis.org is how to get more information. And we're at 10 years, which is crazy.
Wow.
So we're doing a Cinco de Mayo party, one to honor Drew because he passed 10 years ago. And then to really honor what we've been able to do through real estate and just hit our dream 10 years ago. And who it's serving and what it's creating today. So Cinco de Mayo, we talked about those Cuba Libres.
Yes.
That was one of his favorite drinks at the lake. So we're just going to have a big 10-year celebration on that Friday.
Why don't you come back and cook for us and make us those drinks?
Yes. Even at night, 8 in the morning, I'm,
I've already been up for like 6 hours, so it's like, it's my lunchtime. I will have a beverage.
Sounds good.
Okay, guys, do not go in here, because guess what? Dr. Amy Blanchett is staying to try our Scotch eggs. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. We'll be back.
She said they smelled good.
She said they smelled good.